The America's Cup is really important to me personally. It's been an ambition since childhood, really, to try and win the America's Cup and win it for Britain. And that is, what the team is about. It's very much the best of British in design, technology and sailing, and being able to go out and showcase that to the world and right that wrong in our maritime and sporting history. Our highlight of the World Series, I guess we had some up and down moments. Winning the very first event in Portsmouth in front of our home crowd as a brand new team in the America's Cup was a really big deal for us. Then going through to New York was probably the low point, and fantastic setting, but unfortunately just wasn't a great event for us in many ways. And then going back all the way through to the final event in Fukuoka, Japan, where we were able to win the event and win the overall America's Cup World Series, which again, for a new team in this arena, was a fantastic achievement for everybody involved. Well, the America's Cup class boat is a real step up from the AC-45F, which is the boat that we race the World Series in. They are much more technical, they're much higher performance in terms of their raw speed, and they're much more physical as well. So in every sense, they're a step up from the 45F. Ultimately, they're an incredibly exciting boat to sail. I think they're going to make an amazing spectacle. So the physical approach to sailing these boats has changed massively, as the boats have themselves. And so actually, before, when the races took 2.5 hours, the sailors were trained for a race of that length and short bursts of energy. Whereas now, for the whole length of the race, the 20 to 25 minute race that we're now undertaking, the sailors are flat out the whole way through that race. So how they change on land has had to change. We have an overall weight limit for the whole crew. So all of us have to be much more sensitive about our body weights to make sure that we fit within the rules. And like many other sports, we have to be much more scientific about how we train, how we prepare, to be more, a more successful team and a more professional team. In terms to approach to the racing, for me personally and for our team and the team that I like to mould, when we're racing, we're on the water to race. That's all our focus is. So, some people might say that that's quite aggressive or quite ruthless, but I think when you're out there in a racing environment, that's obviously your goal, is to try and win the race, and that's all that matters at that time. And I'd like to think, as a team, we're very approachable off the water. We try and get on with our peer group, with the other teams. But make no mistake, when we're out there racing, we're racing to win.